Some plants have evolved in such extreme environments that today they can withstand the scorching sun and survive with very little water. They don't just adapt, they thrive. And the most curious thing is that many of these species, once found only in arid regions, are now successfully grown in pots, gardens, and even bright indoor spaces. In this video, you'll discover 12 plants that defy traditional care rules. Some are exotic and surprising. Others can be easily found in flower shops and even supermarkets. But they all have one thing in common. They are true champions of resilience. If you want a house full of greenery without worrying too much about constant watering, these plants will make all the difference. And before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you'll get more practical and smart tips about everyday plant care. Lithops might go unnoticed at first glance. It really does look like a little stone forgotten in a pot. But that appearance is no accident. It's an evolutionary adaptation to survive the deserts of southern Africa. With fleshy leaves that fuse in pairs and mimic surrounding stones, Lithops reduces water loss and protects itself from predators. It's a stunning example of how nature finds creative ways to survive. This succulent grows slowly and needs very little water. Monthly watering, and only when the soil is completely dry, is more than enough. The soil should be sandy and well drained, mimicking its natural conditions. Too much moisture will easily cause the roots to rot. Another important point: Lithops needs direct sunlight for several hours a day, making it ideal for sunny windowsills. During its dormant period, from autumn to winter, the plant starts forming new leaves, while the old ones shrivel. A curious but completely natural process. And when it blooms, usually once a year, it produces a small daisy-like flower that opens at dusk. If you're looking for an unusual, visually striking, and extremely hardy plant, Lithops is a surprising choice. Small, sculptural, and almost self-sufficient, it shows that even the smallest species can hide fascinating stories. The desert rose is one of those plants that impress at first sight. Its thick sculptural stem stores water for long periods, allowing it to survive in extremely dry environments. Native to arid regions of Africa and the Middle East, this species combines resilience and beauty in an uncommon way. Even with little water, it blooms intensely, showing off petals in vibrant shades of pink, red, and white. Despite its exotic look, care is simple. The key is to provide well-drained soil, preferably sandy, similar to the natural environment it grows in. Overwatering is the most common mistake. Ideally, wait until the soil is completely dry before watering again, usually every 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the climate. Another essential factor: direct sunlight. Without it, the plant loses vigor and blooms less. If kept indoors, place it near a bright window. It also tolerates pruning and can be shaped, making it even more attractive for decorative arrangements. With its striking appearance and low maintenance needs, the desert rose is perfect for anyone wanting a bold look with minimal care. Euphorbia millie, better known as crown of thorns, is a plant that surprises with its toughness and the delicate flowers that bloom among its thorns. Native to Madagascar, it can withstand intense sun and long periods of drought, thanks to its succulent stem that stores water. Its thorny structure may seem uninviting at first, but once the small, colorful flowers start to bloom, usually red, pink, or yellow, the contrast creates a unique visual effect. Crown of thorns is a hardy plant that adapts easily to different environments, as long as it gets plenty of direct sunlight. The more sun, the more abundant the blooming. The soil should be light and well drained to avoid moisture buildup around the roots. As for watering, it's best to keep it infrequent, once every 2 weeks, or even less depending on temperature and humidity. It's also known for being pest-resistant and almost self-sufficient when planted in the right conditions. Plus, with controlled growth, it's a great choice for pots on balconies, planters, or even small gardens that don't require much maintenance. Despite its rugged appearance, this is a plant that can bloom almost year-round when properly cared for. Strong, resilient, and decorative. The crown of thorns proves that even the spikiest plants can offer constant beauty with minimal effort.
If you want your plants to always look beautiful and healthy, but feel like you don't have the time or find it difficult to take care of them, check out the Ever Living Garden Guide and discover how to keep your green space thriving by dedicating just a few minutes a day. With a simple and practical method, anyone can have amazing plants without any hassle. But hurry! This special offer is available for a limited time. To get yours, scan the QR code on the screen or click the link pinned in the first comment of this video before the promotion ends.
Kalanchoe tomentosa, popularly known as panda plant, is an exotic succulent that stands out not only for its resistance to sun and drought, but also for the velvety texture of its leaves. Covered by a fine layer of fuzz, these thick leaves have brownish edges, creating a delicate yet striking look. It's the kind of plant that invites touch but also impresses with how easy it is to grow. This species is native to Madagascar and, like many succulents, stores water in its leaves, allowing for long periods without watering. It adapts well to sunny environments, making it ideal for balconies, patios, and windowsills. The soil must be well drained, preferably sandy, and watering should be spaced, usually every 2 to 3 weeks, always allowing the substrate to dry out completely before watering again. Beyond its unique look, the panda plant has slow growth and thrives even in small pots, making it easy to maintain. It's rarely affected by pests, and its hardiness makes it perfect for those with little experience or who live in hot, dry regions. With minimal care, this succulent stays healthy and decorative year-round. It's a great choice for anyone wanting something different, beautiful, and easy to care for. Aloe striata, known as coral aloe, is one of the most hardy and ornamental varieties of the aloe genus. Unlike the common aloe, its leaves are wider, smooth, and have no spines on the edges, with a bluish-green tone that contrasts with the reddish margins. When it blooms, it sends out tall stalks with coral-colored flowers, hence the popular name. This color combination adds elegant visual impact, even in low-maintenance gardens. Native to arid regions of South Africa, coral aloe is perfect for those looking for a plant that can handle direct sun and long dry spells. The leaves store enough moisture to keep the plant going for weeks. It does best in well-drained soils with a sandy mix or succulent potting mix. Watering should be moderate, only when the soil is completely dry, usually every 3 weeks. Besides its ornamental appeal, this species also has medicinal properties, similar to those of common aloe, though it's less commonly used for that. Another advantage is that it adapts well to both pots and garden beds, maintaining a balanced and sculptural growth. Thanks to its resilience, beauty, and low maintenance requirements, coral aloe is an excellent option for stylish and practical spaces. Echeveria agavoides is a succulent that stands out for its symmetrical shape and pointed leaves, which resemble a miniature agave. Its compact and geometric look appeals to those who want decorative plants with low maintenance. This species is native to Mexico, and like other succulents, has evolved under conditions of intense sun and water scarcity, making it well suited to hot and dry environments. Its fleshy leaves store water for long periods, drastically reducing the need for watering. Usually watering once every 2 to 3 weeks is enough. Always wait for the soil to dry completely before watering again. The ideal substrate is sandy and well drained, and the pot should allow for good airflow to avoid excess moisture. Sun exposure is also essential. The more direct sunlight it receives, the firmer and more vibrant the leaf color becomes, often developing reddish edges. Despite its small size, Echeveria agavoides makes a bold statement in any arrangement. It works well in individual pots, stone arrangements, and even vertical gardens. It's also quite resistant to pests and has slow growth, making care even easier. If you're looking for a beautiful, compact, and nearly self-sufficient plant, this succulent delivers all that with elegance. Now let's move into the second half of the list, featuring the most popular and easy-to-find species. The snake plant is one of the most well-known plants for its nearly unbeatable resistance. Native to West Africa, it easily adapts to different light, heat, and humidity conditions. But it truly shines in strong sun and dry environments. Its rigid, upright leaves act as water reservoirs, allowing it to go long periods without watering, even in extremely dry settings. This plant is ideal for those with little time or who tend to forget to water. Just place it in well-drained soil, watering only when it's completely dry. In very warm environments, watering every 2 weeks is usually more than enough. And the best part, it tolerates both direct sunlight and indirect light, making it versatile for various areas of the home. Besides being practical, the snake plant offers extra benefits. It's known for purifying the air and is also associated with protection and prosperity in many cultures. Its minimalist look works well with modern, tropical, or rustic decor styles. It's a plant that practically takes care of itself. Simple, long-lasting, and functional. It definitely deserves a spot in any home. The rhipsalis, also called mistletoe cactus, stands out from typical cactus appearances. Its long, thin, trailing stems resemble tangled green threads, creating a delicate yet exotic visual effect. Despite its soft look, this plant is extremely heat-resistant and needs very little water, making it perfect for those who want a different aesthetic with minimal upkeep. Unlike most cacti, rhipsalis is native to tropical forests and can adapt well to both direct sun and partial shade. In very hot regions, it even prefers some protection during the hottest hours. The soil should be light and well drained, and watering should be spaced out, once every 2 weeks, or even less depending on the temperature. It thrives in hanging pots, where its stems can grow freely and create a flowing arrangement. It's also highly pest-resistant and rarely has issues when grown under proper conditions. Thanks to its unusual appearance and simple care, rhipsalis is a great option for anyone wanting something out of the ordinary, without sacrificing practicality. Clusia is a versatile, robust plant that handles strong sun and low water extremely well. Its thick, glossy, deep green leaves act as natural moisture reserves, allowing it to endure long, dry spells without losing vigor. Because of this, it's increasingly used in tropical gardens and decorative pots. Native to warm areas of Central and South America, clusia loves lots of direct light and adapts well to intense heat. When grown indoors, it's important to keep it near sunny windows. The ideal soil is light and well drained, and watering should be moderate. Let the soil dry completely before watering again. Once a week is usually enough in drier climates. Besides its resilience, clusia stands out for its clean and structured appearance. It can be used as a shrub, hedge, or potted plant, with growth that's easily controlled through occasional pruning. It's also low maintenance and not prone to pests. Combining aesthetics and practicality, this is one of the best options for filling sunny spaces without constant attention. The ZZ plant is one of the most popular options for those seeking beauty with zero hassle. Its firm, glossy, deep green leaves grow from underground rhizomes that serve as water reservoirs. That's why it easily survives long periods without watering. Although it's well known for tolerating low-light indoor spaces, the ZZ plant also does very well in direct sun and strong heat, as long as it's introduced gradually. The ideal soil is light and well draining. A succulent mix or a sand blend works well. Watering should be spaced out, always waiting for the soil to dry completely. In warmer environments, watering every 2 weeks is usually enough. Since it stores water in its stems and roots, overwatering is the main risk and can cause root rot. Another plus is that the ZZ plant grows slowly and steadily, so you don't need to prune it often. It's also very pest-resistant and requires almost no upkeep over time. With an elegant look, strong structure, and high durability, It fits effortlessly into any environment. If you want a beautiful, tough, and nearly self-sufficient plant, the ZZ plant is hard to beat. Pothos is one of the most beloved indoor plants, but it can also surprise you with its ability to handle strong sun and survive with minimal water. Its heart-shaped leaves, with various shades of green and yellow, create a striking visual effect in hanging pots, planters, or as a climbing vine on vertical supports. Although it adapts well to partial shade, pothos also thrives in direct sunlight, as long as it's gradually introduced. The more light it receives, the more vibrant its leaf colors become. Even in dry climates, it stays strong thanks to its robust roots and water-storing capacity. The soil should be light and well-drained, and watering should be moderate. Once a week is usually enough, or even less in hotter conditions. Besides being beautiful, pothos is valued for its air-purifying abilities, helping remove toxins from the environment. It's also easy to propagate from cuttings, so you can create new plants easily. It's extremely adaptable, resilient, and thrives even with little care. Perfect for those who want a touch of green without much effort. Lavender is best known for its strong fragrance, but it also deserves credit for its resistance to strong sun and low water needs. Native to the Mediterranean region, this plant thrives in hot, dry, sunny areas. Its purple flowers not only smell amazing, but also attract bees and butterflies, making any space feel more vibrant and alive. The key to keeping lavender healthy lies in the soil. It must be well-drained, slightly sandy, and low in organic matter. The plant doesn't tolerate soggy soil and prefers things on the dry side. As for watering, only water when the soil is completely dry, usually every 2 to 3 weeks in hot climates. Lavender can also be pruned to encourage denser blooming and control its shape. It adapts well to both pots and garden beds, as long as it gets a few hours of direct sun each day. In addition to its beauty and scent, lavender has calming properties, acts as a natural insect repellent, and can be used in many ways, from fragrant sachets to essential oils. It's a plant that offers a lot with very little effort. Plants that resist strong sun and need little water aren't just practical solutions for busy lives. They're also a testament to nature's intelligence and adaptability. With the right species, it's possible to have a beautiful, healthy, low-maintenance space without giving up on greenery in your everyday life. Whether it's exotic succulents, hanging cacti, or popular favorites like the ZZ plant or snake plant, the important thing is choosing what fits your lifestyle and available space. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these plants best suits your home? Do you already grow any of them, or are you thinking of starting now? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear which species are part of your space. And if you found this content helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips on practical, beautiful, and easy to care for plants. See you in the next video.